It started with a single line in an interview, one sentence that would ignite a storm across Hollywood. Sitting in a dimly lit studio in Los Angeles, Sam Heughan had been doing what he always did best, answering questions with warmth, charm, and humility. It was supposed to be a light-hearted segment about his upcoming projects after a decade of playing Jamie Fraser on Outlander. But when the interviewer asked him if he had ever felt let down by someone close to him in the industry, Sam paused. The silence was long, heavy, and unexpected. He leaned back slightly, his smile fading. "Yes," he said quietly. "Someone I trusted for a very long time broke that trust." The host blinked, surprised. "Can you tell us who?" Sam gave a faint smile, but his eyes told a different story. "Let's just say it was someone very close, someone I've worked with for years. It hurt, deeply. That was all it took." Within hours, entertainment blogs had exploded with headlines like, "Sam Heughan betrayed. Is Caitríona Balfe to blame? 10-year friendship in tatters. The Outlander star's shocking rift." By the end of the day, Sam and Caitríona was trending worldwide. Fans, confused and heartbroken, flooded social media with disbelief. The bond between the two had always been the heart of Outlander, the very foundation of what made the show special. The idea of betrayal between them was unthinkable. One fan wrote, "Say it isn't true. They're family. We've watched them grow together for 10 years. Another posted, "If Caitríona really did something to hurt him, my heart is shattered." Theories spread like wildfire. Some claimed Caitríona had leaked private production details to the press. Others insisted she had taken a role that was originally offered to Sam. A few even suggested she had spoken negatively about him in a closed-door meeting. No one had proof, but in the chaos of social media, proof no longer mattered. Tabloids ran wild. One publication quoted an anonymous insider who said, "Sam was blindsided by Caitríona's actions. He feels betrayed both professionally and personally." Another gossip site claimed, "They haven't spoken in months." The fans were torn. For every post defending Sam, there was another standing up for Caitríona. She would never betray him, one user argued. You can't fake 10 years of friendship. As the storm grew, reporters began digging into their past, their first audition together, their shared interviews, their moments on the red carpet. Every photo of them laughing now looked suspiciously staged to tabloids. Every smile was reinterpreted as a mask. Yet the truth was far more complicated, and far more human. Sources close to the production hinted that something had, indeed, caused tension between the two. Earlier that year, Caitríona had quietly signed on to a major film project that would overlap with Outlander's filming schedule. It wasn't intentional, but it forced difficult discussions behind closed doors. Some executives felt she was choosing herself over the show. Others whispered that Sam felt blindsided, having found out about the deal through the studio before Caitríona had a chance to tell him directly. It wasn't betrayal in the dramatic sense, no lies, no deceit, just miscommunication. But in Hollywood, timing can be everything. And sometimes, silence hurts more than words ever could. A source close to the actors said, "It was a misunderstanding that spiraled. They were both exhausted, emotional, and dealing with massive pressure from the show's final season. Things got said, feelings got hurt." But that nuance didn't make headlines. Instead, the media painted a picture of betrayal and heartbreak. Every outlet wanted its own spin on the story. Meanwhile, Caitríona stayed completely silent. She didn't post on Instagram, didn't tweet, didn't give interviews. To many, her silence looked like guilt. To others, it looked like dignity. A week later, paparazzi caught her leaving a film studio in London, wearing sunglasses and looking tense. Within minutes, photos hit the internet with captions like, "Caitríona Balfe seen for the first time after betrayal scandal." It didn't matter that she was simply leaving work. The narrative had already been written. Fans began flooding Sam's comments with questions. Did she really betray you? Are you still friends? Please tell us it's not true. But Sam said nothing. His silence was louder than any statement could have been. Entertainment reporters called it the rift that broke Hollywood's most beloved friendship. And yet, those who truly knew them, the cast, the crew, the people who had seen them laugh together through years of filming, couldn't believe it. One crew member even told Vanity Fair, "Whatever's happening between them, it's not betrayal. Those two love each other like family." Still, the world didn't want to hear about family. It wanted drama. It wanted betrayal. And as the headlines grew darker and the tension thicker, one question echoed across the internet. Had Caitríona Balfe really betrayed Sam Heughan? Or was Hollywood spinning another lie too big for even their friendship to survive? For nearly 2 weeks, the rumor consumed Hollywood. Fans argued online, media outlets ran daily updates, and the silence from both Sam Heughan and Caitríona Balfe only made the speculation worse. What had really happened between the two people once hailed as the closest friendship in television? Then, without warning, Sam broke the silence. Late one evening, he posted a long message on Instagram, accompanied by a black and white photo of the Scottish Highlands. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't defensive, it was raw. In life, misunderstandings happen, especially when you care deeply about someone. I've seen the stories, and I want to set the record straight. No one betrayed anyone. Caitríona has always been one of the most loyal, kind, and supportive people in my life. We've worked side by side for over a decade, and that kind of bond doesn't disappear because of headlines. He ended the post with a line that broke the internet. If loyalty had a face, it would be hers. Within minutes, the post went viral. Fans flooded the comments with tears and relief. One wrote, "This is the Sam Heughan we know, loyal, protective, true to his heart." Another said, "He just shut down every rumor with grace. This is real friendship." But the story wasn't over. Just a few hours later, Caitríona finally responded, not with anger, but with emotion. She reposted Sam's message on her Instagram story with a caption that read, "Thank you for saying what I couldn't. 10 years is a long time. You don't get through it without love, laughter, and sometimes a few bumps along the way. But real friendships survive everything." It was the confirmation everyone needed. The betrayal narrative had been a lie. What really happened between them was something deeply human, a small misunderstanding that the media twisted into a spectacle. Behind the scenes, insiders revealed what had actually caused the confusion. Caitríona had been offered a major film role in an international project, a dream opportunity. The problem was timing. The filming schedule clashed with Outlander's production, and when she accepted the part, the news reached the studio before she could personally tell Sam. He found out from a producer, and for a moment, he felt blindsided. It wasn't malice, it was timing. But to two people who'd spent 10 years trusting each other implicitly, that timing hurt. A source close to the pair shared, Sam wasn't angry for long, just hurt. They had a quiet conversation later, and everything was fine. But then the media twisted it into something ugly.